Welcome again to another episode of Frustrated to Freedom. I'm Bill Morrow, and today we have episode 71, which is entitled Conflict and You. Now, this particular episode is very important because it does carry a particular system that Napoleon Hill outlines that he used and lots of the other members used of the 500 men and women that he interviewed. So we come across other terms such as universal mind, infinite intelligence, and all of these things were just more or less rolled together and called intuition. So we've heard of it. The sixth sense was what we called it the other day. And now we have intuition, which is a similar sort of thing. So all these terms do come forward and do present different answers to us. Now, one of the big exercises that Napoleon Hill describes was the concept of visualization. And he takes it a step further. Now, the visualization is when we picture in our mind the pictures of the results that we want to achieve. So we have these pictures, these pictograms, so we're visualizing these. Now he takes this a step further, and immediately before going to sleep, he's in bed and he then starts thinking, and before he closes his eyes, he thinks of a council of advisors. Now he selects loads of people that have real attributes that he would like to copy. Now, he selected people like Emerson, Paine, Edison, Darwin, Lincoln, Burbank. All of these people emulated what he wanted, the sort of thing that each one had: determination and being rich and forthright and business head, all these sort of things. And he selected all these people because they had something that he would like to get. So he selected all these people for a particular trait or desire that he wanted to copy. And he acted as the chairman of this meeting for this invisible council. He then was able to go to each individual and question each individual about his position and how he could attain the attribute that they had. Now, it's quite a concept, but he brought forward these people just before he was going to sleep, and they were in this boardroom, and all of the people would come in, sit down, men and women, the ones that he had selected for their particular traits, and concentrated then on asking them. He was the chairman, remember, he was the bloke in charge, and he was asking these people the questions that he wanted to get the answers for. And by doing that, it brought his visualization even closer to what he wanted. So he was using his skill of the mental pictograms, picturing, and he was getting this whole board of people, the council, or whatever you like to call it, but a meeting of great minds, and he was then questioning them to get his answers. Now, the process was putting everything into subconscious, and the suggested principles, all of these things came back for what he wished to get from these particular people. When you think of it, it's quite a real mind-breaking thing that he was doing to actually get these people there. But obviously in this meeting, and then just quiz each one round the room. He didn't say how many, about 10 people, but it was the people that he wanted to get. And he could have the highest minds of the land all sitting there listening to his questions and giving him answers. So that was the whole thing. Conflict. The conflict that comes in is the sort of thing that we want to solve the conflict. It's a case of two things not working together. So we remember we had a problem, we solve a problem. If we have a conflict, there's two things not working or numerous things not working together. So we solve them as individual items. So there is no conflict anymore. But going back to the council meeting, it is your meeting, you're in charge, you're the bloke sitting at the top of the table, and you then ask these people to give you the answers. How did you? And by talking like this, the whole thing, the whole meeting goes into the subconscious, and the subconscious is there with you in charge. Now that is, as far as I'm concerned, an extremely good idea, because it's one that he obviously enjoyed and got a great deal of benefit from. So instead of mucking around with individual items, he now has all the people he wants in one place, and he can ask them the questions. So you ask them the questions, you get the answers, and zonk, you're off to sleep, and the ideas have gone into your subconscious. Every night you do the similar sort of thing, but you can actually have different people in there. And that's the whole process. Different people into your council meeting. Wonderful idea. I am going to do that as well. See you tomorrow, my friends.